Hello everyone, I'm Kibin Alleyne and today is Tuesday, October 10th. You are now watching Open, a program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to you. Don't forget to stay connected with us via social media at BronxNet TV. With Halloween just around the corner, 93% of Americans are planning to share Halloween treats with their loved ones. Whether you're a fan of candy corn or not, there's no denying that it's an iconic part of the festive tradition. Carly Schildhaus, the spokesperson for the National Confectioners Association, joins me to talk about these holiday traditions and if there's a right way to eat candy corn. Carly, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me and happy Halloween season.
Of course. Now, I want to learn a little bit more about your organization, the National Confectioners Association. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We are the trade association for the confectionery industry. So we represent the people who make chocolate, candy, gum, and mints all throughout the country. And we're advancing the confectionery industry and advocating for all of those people.
Nice. So I want to talk about candy corn. Despite it being a staple in Halloween, why is candy corn such a highly debated candy? I feel like you're either on one end or the other. So, what are some of your thoughts on why, this candy is so, just like highly debated in the Halloween sphere?
It's such a good question. As somebody who loves candy corn, I have to admit, I don't understand how people don't enjoy it, but I completely respect that people have different opinions. It's all about personal preference. And what's really special about the confectionery industry is that there's something for everyone. So whatever flavors you're looking for, whatever kind of taste is your preference, whatever dietary considerations you may have, there's a treat out there for you.
Now, I'm also thinking maybe a reason why people don't like it is it could be because they're eating it the wrong way and then there's a proper way to eat candy corn. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
It is the hottest debate that's happening throughout the country right now, is the right way to eat candy corn. I don't know if there's exactly a right way. I can tell you what we know, though. About 31% of Americans are like me, and they start with that narrow white end. 18% of Americans start with that wider yellow end. And then 51% of Americans just go for it and they eat the whole piece at once. So if you enjoy candy corn, there's probably a right way to eat it for you. I'm wondering for you if you enjoy candy corn and how you eat it.
I'm not really sure. I feel like I used to like it when I was younger before I was like influenced by society. And then I think, my opinion changed on it. But I do think it's a nice addition. And I love seeing candy corn around because it does remind me of fall and Halloween. So I will say there's a part of me that does kind of like it. Now, in addition to candy corn, what are the most liked candies associated with Halloween in general?
It's a great question. We did this hard research so that you don't have to figure out exactly the right treats to share with trick-or-treaters in your neighborhood. Coming in at number one is probably no surprise. It's chocolate. People love it year-round, and it's perfect for the Halloween season. Coming in at number two is gummy candy, so different bold flavors, maybe some interesting shapes. Perfect for the 60+% of Americans who say that they're looking for treats with a creepy or scary or spooky theme. And then the third one is, of course, that iconic and controversial treat, candy corn.
Now, I want to talk about this a little bit, just because, for most people, when they think candy, they think it's all the same thing. But I noticed there's a difference between, chocolate versus, I guess, gummy candy. As somebody who works in the field of candy, how do you guys determine or, I guess, differentiate these different categories of candy, or are they all considered candy?
It's a great question. When we're talking about the category overall, we're looking at confectionery. And then to your point, there are so many treats that fall underneath that. So whether that's chocolate or sugar confectionery, gum and mints, all fall within that category. And again, the really exciting part about it is there's something for everyone. So whatever you're interested in, we'll have for you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, how are people feeling about Halloween overall this year?
People are so excited about the Halloween season. People are really excited to celebrate it. About 93% of Americans will celebrate with chocolate and candy. because it's such an iconic part of the Halloween season. And people are looking for reasons to extend the season. They really see that Halloween is so much more than just the night of October 31st. It's the full season. And there are so many different ways to celebrate and incorporate chocolate and candy into celebrations. So whether you are decorating with treats or enjoying some treats while you're making your costume or baking with chocolate and candy, people are just so excited about the Halloween season and the important role that chocolate and candy play within it.
And I also want to expand on that. How can trick-or-treating and just Halloween in general bring community together?
That's such a great question, and I love that you asked that. There are so many ways to celebrate. People are excited about the prospect of sharing treats. It really helps to bring people together, to your point. So whether that's making a decoration in front of your home that people can see, or having a costume parade that involves people and maybe even pets in the community, or just having treats out to share with trick-or-treaters as they come to your home, you're absolutely right that Halloween is an amazing time to bring a community together.
Now, how can parents feel secure and safe when their child goes trick-or-treating this year?
That's a great question. We have a ton of tricks for treating on alwaysatreat.com/Halloween, including tips for how to stay safe during trick-or-treating.
Now, where and how can people stock up on candy to make sure that they're prepared for Halloween? Because I know so many kids, that's their favorite thing to look forward to. So what can people do to make sure that they're prepared?
I think that just making sure that you are picking up the treats that you know that people will love, maybe treats that you will love as well. Highly recommend stocking up a little bit sooner and maybe getting a little bit more than you expected, because we do hear from some people that they run out of treats early because, again, of that really strong enthusiasm around the Halloween season.
Right. And not everyone only takes one. So we got to think about those people as well.
That is true. We actually found out from Americans that people on average are giving out somewhere between 2 and 3 pieces of candy, depending on the house, and that they're mostly giving out those mini treats, which are just the perfect size for trick-or-treaters.
Now, most people enjoy the chance to eat their favorite candy during the season, but what should people do to keep in mind just to make sure that they're having a healthy balance?
That's, again, such a great question. People really do understand that chocolate and candy are treats and something to enjoy as that little bit of sweetness. On average, people in the US enjoy chocolate and candy about 2 to 3 times per week, which averages just 40 calories and 1 teaspoon of added sugar per day. And that includes these special moments like Halloween when chocolate and candy play a larger role. So people understand that they are exactly that, just a treat.
Now, so much candy and chocolate is shared during the month of October, because as we mentioned, this season is like the entire month, not just the 31st. So how can people store their candy after the celebration is over without being too wasteful?
Again, that's a great question. We have a lot more resources at alwaysatreat.com/Halloween, because every treat is a little bit different for how you're going to want to store it to keep it fresh.
Now, I also want to know, what is your favorite Halloween treat? Or, what's a Halloween treat that you kind of share with your friends and family?
That's the question of the season. I have to say, I love candy corn. It is perfect for this time of year. I'd say all of those top 3, I would enjoy any treats that are coming out of that top 3, but I really love candy corn.
And then I know we talked about not having too much candy, but do you have any advice or any tips for parents who kind of have to break the news to their kids that, this was just, for today, or this was just for this week. This is not something that we should indulge in all the time?
Absolutely. Those conversations are so important to be having throughout the year. And we know from parents that they look to these candy moments, these moments when chocolate and candy are playing a little bit more of a large role, to facilitate those conversations, have those conversations, and make sure that that their children understand the role of chocolate and candy as a treat. And I'll plug it again, alwaysatreat.com/Halloween has a ton of resources to help parents navigate those conversations at Halloween and throughout the year.
Well, Carly, I want to thank you so much for joining us and having this really fun conversation about Halloween candy. I know it's, just we're not near Halloween just yet, but this is like really exciting. And I'm having a lot of fun talking about candy. It's something that I kind of wish I could do all the time. So thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much for having me, and happy Halloween season to you.
To learn more about the National Confectioners Association 2023's Halloween candy trend, please go to their website at www.candyusa.com. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this.